What's going on, people? It's your boy Tony Guns, back at y'all again with another one. As usual, the first order of business is and always is building leaders and creating kings operation by building national development over generations. But today, the bottom line up front, it's gonna be something quick. I just want to speak to a video that I seen, over the week. I'm guessing it was an interview or something. A young lady, she was asked, about being submissive to her man and what that looks like. And it warranted a lot of response, a lot of positive responses from both men and women, and a lot of negative as well. But I won't even look at it from that perspective, from it being a negative and positive response. I look at it as just what it definitely did was force the conversation or push the conversation. A lot of women didn't really realize or see things from her perspective, which is okay because that's what makes the world go round. The different individuals, people in and of itself being individual, that's what makes the world go round. That's what creates and generates, an ongoing cycle of the different things that we have going on in the world. We wouldn't be as far along in life as we are if everyone thought the same and harbored the same opinion on various topics. So, you're going to get that. But what it did was force a conversation. I was even asked about, one, whether or not my wife was submissive to me. And my exact response was, yeah. Yes, my wife is submissive to me, but by no means is my wife a yes woman. She's very opinionated on the things that she wants, the things that she needs, the things that she requires, the things that she requires from me. So yes, she is, but then from there I had to give a little more context in what I meant by her being submissive to me. She submits to my will and the things that I may want. She does things for me. You understand what I'm saying? She does things for me. She does things oftentimes for me without me even asking for it because we've developed a relationship. She knows what her man wants. She knows the needs that I have. She knows how to take care of me. She takes care of me in various ways, but it's a give and take thing though. I don't expect my wife to do or put in any work that I'm not ready, willing to put in equally, if not more. Now, when I say equally, it doesn't necessarily mean I do the same thing for her that she does for me. No, that's not what's being said. It's we give and take. We have to be a counterbalance. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be not a counter, but we have to be a balance to one another. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be things and attributes that I give and that I bring to the table that she absolutely cannot or do not bring, and vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? And her submitting to the will of her man has to be something that I make easy for her. You get what I'm saying? It has to be something. And when I say submitting to my will, it doesn't mean that she do everything that I say. First of all, that's not even the type of person that I am. I'm not that you do what I say. I'm not, while I will say I do believe that I am a man of yesteryear. I am a man of old in terms of some of my thinking, but not like that. Not in terms of just because I bring more money in or something like that, you're supposed to just bend to my every whip. No. Come on now. I don't agree with that. I disagree with that by a large stretch. But I am traditional in the sense that I believe that the man should lead his household. I believe that the man should lead his household. But you got to be worthy of that though, man. That's the conversation. That's the day's order of business. You got to be worthy of it. You can't sit here and just say and think that you're going to dominate and expect to be dominant without bringing that. Without bringing forth what a woman needs to feel comfortable, what a family needs to be comfortable with you in that position. You can't just expect to be in that position and you ain't putting in the work to be in that position. You can't just expect to be the man of the house and you ain't really the man of the house. You still doing little boy things, You still living the life that a little boy would lead, but expected to be treated like a man in your household. You don't know how to build and establish a castle. How can you expect by any stretch to be treated as a king? In order to be treated as a king, you must act as such. In order to be treated as a king, you must act as such. You should not and dare not even want to receive something that you did not work for. And I mean receive it, whether it's from the outside world or your sanctuary or your home. You shouldn't expect your kids to treat you like a king if you're not acting in a royal fashion. You shouldn't expect your wife, your woman, your lady, your spouse, your significant other to treat you like a king if your actions doesn't demand such. You have to put that in perspective. And that doesn't mean just bringing home the bacon. That don't just mean just bringing home that money thinking because you bringing in a couple dollars there. Yeah, now you should treat me like a king because I'm taking care of you financially. That, yeah, I should treat you like, no. Taking care of means a lot more than just financial stability. Now, that's a huge part of it. Don't get that misconstrued. That's definitely a huge part of it. You need to have some sort of financial stability in your family's lives. And what that looks like for me might be totally different from what it looks like for somebody else. Somebody else's financial success may be from a lower scale than mine, maybe on a much higher scale than mine. It doesn't matter, to each his own. But it's as long as you make that home, your castle, your kingdom, comfortable, not just for yourself, but for the individuals in there. And you do your damnedest to make sure that you take care of each and every one. You do your damnedest to take care of each and every one. That's what's demanding of a king. That's when a woman, she should have somebody that's worthy to submit to. I don't think she said nothing wrong with it. Like she was explaining, like the young lady was explaining in it, she was saying basically how she would, she packed, when he's going away, she packs his clothes and things of that nature. She packs his clothes, she makes sure that she has meals and things of that nature. She knows what he likes, so she makes sure that he has meals and things. She cooks, she cleans for him. And a lot of women today saying they don't cook and they don't clean. And that's fine if you, for whatever reason, ain't never learned how to cook and clean. And if your man don't require you to, then that's fine. But if your man, that's what he requires and that's what he needs, and you two aren't really comparable. You don't complement with each other. Unless, of course, certain men feel like they're the better cooks. So they'd much rather be in the kitchen and they'd much rather cook. That's complement to one another. Strengths and weaknesses. That's the basis of a relationship. It's always give and take. I don't think she said nothing wrong. She ain't telling no lies from my perspective. She told no lies. A good woman knows how to submit to a man. A good man knows when and how, if need be, to submit to his woman. Now, don't get that fucked up. Now, yeah, I just said something, fellas. Yeah, that's a little hard for us to really understand or interpret. There are times and there are situations that we submit to our women. There are times and or situations that we submit to our women. It's a necessity for us to not only build and maintain that structure, that family structure, but it's a necessity if you want to maintain it for a long period of time. If it's something that's sustainable for a long period of time, and guess what? It also changes. As you get older, as your needs and things of that nature rise, the more and more your needs and your wants and just your morals and principles, the more and more you get older, those things change. So you have to continuously rise to those certain occasions within that pack order, within that group, within that family setting. So I ain't gonna talk to y'all long about it. It's just one of those things that I want men to understand that, yeah, we should have women in our lives that submit to us. Women, our spouse, we should have them able, ready, and willing and capable of submitting to us. But we dare not have or require them to do so if we aren't the individuals worthy of their submission. Now, what that looks like, I can talk to y'all from so many different perspectives, but I want you to understand that that's exactly what it is. It's perspective. Mine may not be the same as yours. My requirements may not be the same. My woman's requirement, my wife's requirement may not be the same. That's the next lady. But we in it to win it. And we in it together. Like I said, I ain't gonna talk y'all head off too long. It's just important to understand that women, yes, you should submit to the will of your man. You should be submissive. You should learn to be submissive if you aren't submissive. You should learn to be submissive if you are a strong-willed woman, a strong, independent woman. That's cool. But you dare not do that alone and only survive off of that if your desire is to build and establish a family. Now, all women don't have that desire, and that's fine too, but, that's y'all. Y'all got to deal with that. That's a heavy load to bear. It's a heavy load to bear, being alone. And I know you're going to have some women that look at this and say, who says I'm alone? then from my perspective, you out here just being like a nigga, or like just being like a man, then it's to each his own, because a lot of that is also coming about too now. So many men, from my perspective, these days, too many men have lost what it means to be a man, have fallen to weaker statures, literally a weaker stature, but not only a weaker stature, a weaker mindset. A weaker mindset. Weaker roles. Some of it is forced, others is self-inflicted. We let our intoxications take over. So many of us are just falling short, whether it's pornography or we let our addictions take over. Intoxications, but our addictions take over, whether it's pornography or whatever drug of choice or alcohol or whatever. We let that take over, and that becomes a part of who we are, so much so that we lose our true identity. We become weak. We become weaker for it. And you have women that are constantly stepping up and filling these different positions, having to fill those different voids that, for whatever the reason, a lot of today's men aren't filling. And then we say that we want a woman to submit. Boy, get your shit together and be a man. Learn what it is to be a man. I guarantee you focus on you first. You fix you first. And truly establish what it is to be a man within your own right. I guarantee you'll find a woman that's willing to submit to who you are, to what you are, to your needs. Guarantee. Guarantee it's not hard. I guarantee it'll become easier. But you gotta become that man that you need to be in order to get the woman that you want. And it's a journey. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You just get better. I say that all the time. I say it because I mean it. And I'm meaning it because you hear me saying it to you. Be a man. Do man shit. Find out what it is to be a man. Build and establish a set of rules and regulations based on your life experiences. And groom and forge yourself into a capable man. Then, and only then, can you truly find a woman capable of being submissive and complementary to that strong man that you forced yourself into. Building leaders and creating kings operation by building national development over generations. That's what we're doing. Black operations. Black Ops Bandog. Black Ops Bandog TV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe. Comment. Men and women, comment. I know some things that y'all want to add. I know some things that y'all may feel. I know some things that y'all feel like I may have left out, some things that I may have needed to add, some things that I need to get rid of. I'm sure it is. Let's have that conversation. It ain't over with. Until then, do man shit. Live strong or die weak. Ain't no pressure. Ain't no pressure.